So the pleasant surprise that we got today wasn't just those two trailers, but it was they released. See, Marvel been on the. They was just like, oh, Beyonce,
Hold my beer.
hold this beer. You thought
That's
Sunday
right.
was. We about to give it to you. We got the trailer.
Everybody came to play this week.
Yeah, we got the trailer for X-Men 97, and my God,
it starts to
go ahead, Will.
And the action figure on the right.
Finale of X-Men next Saturday morning. Check your local listings.
I'm grateful to have the chance to say goodbye. I am proud of you all, my X-Men.
Fate lies in our hands now.
I'm gonna rewatch this.
I need to watch it.
We have to stay vigilant. The professor entrusted us with his dream.
No matter how dark it is, we must believe in each other.
We get this done by working together as a team.
Jeez, Bob, keep buzzing in my ear.
Heads up!
To me, my X-Men. Magneto.
The last will and testament of Charles Xavier. Everything he built now belongs to me.
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah.
Shout out to Magneto and the Garnier Fructis.
Black Maybelline.
Yes.
the Garnier Fructis.
He been in Krakoa eating the good fruit.
Right.
You go to the goodie bag at the Hellfire Gala, gets you right. Just
he said the Garnier Fructis. Yo.
No, that's thanks to Storm. She keeps the frizz down. She keeps the humidity to zero.
You're gonna need this, Eric.
Now with the locks on point, as you sit there and say, "Yeah, so I'm taking over the mansion now."
he's got to hit a hair flip one time. Just
you would think, or that imaginary wind that just comes through, they just have the hair flowing.
The soft wind tunnel.
Look at you, warning. He was just like, yeah, they do.
Fuck around, you gonna put a man bun on you? Stop playing.
Also, 95 baby who didn't have proper access to this show. So is Cyclops in charge now?
Yes.
For now.
So can we talk about how the leader of the X-Men is Sukuna and Tengen from Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen?
So many people. So in the original run of X-Men,
that's the voice actors for Tengen and Sukuna.
Yeah. So the original run of X-Men, they were leading you to believe that Cyclops was soft, right?
They say soft.
He's soft for Jean, but when it came to action,
he's about to smoke.
He had that ring on him. He's like, yeah, I don't like Logan around my girl, but put us in the fight. I'm just saying.
This was the Cyclops that talked shit to Logan, and that's the one I'm like, okay, I respect you. even Logan had no respect of him.
Like it's just Cyclops really is not. He really is. Read any of the comics, he's really not that. He's not soft. Like we joke with him when it comes to him and Jean, but when it comes to anything else,
when Jean
got that dog in him. He got that dog in him.
When Jean died and what he did to old boy, that full on blast just to prove a point.
Look, he pulverized Mr. Sinister at one point. Like he was like, you know what? I'm sick of you. And
really,
yeah, full
Yeah,
when he
full
pulled
blast. He
onto
was just
him.
like when B said, "We need to get out of here now."
No, it was bad afterwards when Logan was like, all Logan was said was "damn." So, when you,
he's like,
all you saw was
"Oh boy,
prayer.
had it in him all the time." Okay. He's like, "Oh boy, had it in him all this time." This is amazing. But yeah, the Cyclops got that dog in him.
What I need Marvel to capitalize on, keep giving us more of, is these Marvel-verse esque like team up moves. Cause like
that's what it looked like. It was like some Ultimate Alliance type shit.
Yeah,
like,
the power and claws.
And Gambit jumps on his back, and
yeah,
I
was like, yes. I was like, yes, team up.
No,
that's the movie.
But it's nasty.
That's the movie that we wanted. That's the Wolverine and Gambit come together. Situation that we wanted to see.
Man, maybe Deadpool will give us Channing Tatum Gambit. He might come through.
No,
I just need to see one. I just need to see one fastball special. That's all I need to see. Just see Colossus and just take Wolverine. It's like, okay, I'm just gonna throw you at them. It's like, wait, what?
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Then yeah, what Bama said, if these people are coming back, could we see some of the other tie-in shows? Like, could we see Spider-Man return?
Yeah, like watching Spider-Man cuss out Madam Web, like literally, like gold.
Don't you ever talk to me again.
The hell off.
Yeah, the 94 animated series, I could see that.
I could see them maybe not going for a full spin-off, but teasing who people will get a better response from to see maybe we should.
I mean, he showed up before. He has shown up.
Yeah. So like when they had it wasn't Disney XD, it was like Jetix. They had the X-Men cartoon, but they would only show like tie-in episodes to whatever's coming out. So
for the original X-Men run, he actually showed up at the mansion.
Yeah. So they showed the crossover episodes. They showed those whenever like a new Toby movie was releasing, and when I know when X3 came out, they ran the entire like Phoenix saga, but they never ran the show like consecutively. Only if there was like a movie coming out and there was like a relative episode. So
when his mutation took over. When the mutation started going a little bit extreme, it turned to a man spider.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That was what wild times.
Yeah, Disney never showed that show start to finish. They just used it as like a promo.
And I will stand on the hill that for the animated version of Spider-Man, that Mary Jane, she was toxic. I'm sorry, but she had Lois Lane energy from Christopher Reeve days. Like I'm gonna throw myself out the window just to see if you're actually Spider-Man. Why would you do that?
Was it really bad during that one episode where Green Goblin had her hooked up to explosives and said you could either save the city or save her, and it had like 30 seconds left? Did it feel bad that he kind of hesitated for a split second, like we just had an argument, and you know what?
The little microcosms that you remember.
That's really why he was mad at when he had the black suit. That's really why he was yelling at Shaka like that. He was still mad at her.
Oh man, when that version of Peter Parker was going off, he was going off. I'm like, he does lit it out. Okay, because in the comics I haven't seen him lit it out that much, except Wilson Fix knows what that feels like. But to actually see him cuss people out like he's pissed, like y'all, you know how your mom finally drops the F-bomb and you're just like, yeah, don't go in the room, don't go in there.
Death is afoot.
So who else in that show kind of crossed into that realm, or did they have crossover? Because I know they had a bunch of shows back then where they all didn't like tie in. So
man,
what stories did they leave open? Who else could possibly pop up?
Well, for Spider-Man, it was what? Punisher, Daredevil, Blade. X-Men, and I know I'm missing one.
Is Iron Man a crossover in that time? Or no?
He did pop up.
He did pop up. Yeah,
he did pop up. He popped up. So it was they were trying the crossovers, and at that for its time they did well. Although that version of Spider-Man, they did multiverse first. He's like, I'm the Spider-Man who did this, and I'm the armor Spider-Man. It was like, how'd you build that? And yeah,
you gotta do is the Spider-Verse of Madam Web, and Madam Web was about as
useful,
as unconventional as Madam Cleo was on those late night commercials. That's how bad it was.
Don't do that. You saw that movie
Don't do that.
Valentine's Day. Your relationship.
You look back now, Madam Web on that on Spider-Man cartoon,
Fantastic Four
was giving Light Miguel energy. It's like Miguel is just like, I want you gone. Madam Web was like, no, you have to go through this. You don't understand. Like no, Miguel was like, no, they're gonna die. And they're going to like it. I don't care what you say.
I see why Ace Vane got so many jokes.
Yeah. To preserve the time.
Yeah, I didn't know Charles died at the end of that series. I've never seen, as much as people talk about the show, I've never seen that.
I was waiting. I remember that. I was waiting. I'm like, nah, he's with
It's that
Lalandra. You're like, he's
it's
with
that
Lalandra.
child. You know what it is? It's that childhood trauma. Like we don't want to admit that we saw Optimus Prime die. We don't want to admit when Charles Xavier died. It's those episodes you don't want to admit that actually happened, but it's like I can't. I was crying in my Cocoa Puff cereal when that happened. I cannot talk about that.
That was a quiet weekend in our neighborhood with Optimus. That was just a quiet weekend. Like kids didn't come out to play or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So I see we're kind of loving I see we kind of moving in this whole CG direction. It kind of reminds me somewhat of the small Marvel animes that nobody watched but us.
Marvel animes. You mean like the Wolverine one?
Yeah.
Wolverine, X-Men, Iron Man, Blade. And they had like a big
first 5 seconds. I was like, what the hell is this one?
They were actually pretty interesting. Like Charles and the whole having a kid and a twin sibling and they did that Wolverine story before the movie did.
Mm-hmm.
They just were on G4, so nobody saw them.
Or G4.
That's when G-Force was going downhill.
Yeah, they had an interesting title. They just did not market it well. But
no, they didn't. They didn't.
But I'm kind of seeing that. I'm seeing a mix of like that and like what if. And I see people complaining, but I'm like, if it's easier for them to do, or if it works, it works.
Yeah,
some things work better in animation than they do in live action. Let's be honest.
So there's like this whole thing against CG animation, though. That's what people have the biggest gripe about.
We don't want Skynet.
CGI works when it's done correctly.
Exactly.
You can't shortchange it and you can't overdo it. This is why the Star Wars prequels didn't age well. Story wise, they did fine. Yeah, or the re-release. Story wise, they did fine. But when you look at them like on TNT or anything, you like this. It was CGI in its infancy,
and
they were just using it.
See, here's the thing: you have the prequels, and then you have Mordok and Quantum Mania.
Yeah, that starts to become that. Then that you have so you have CGI in its infancy, and then when you get to Ant-Man, you get we're just going to shortchange the VFX artists and overwork them. So there was the beginning, and then there's the end, because that's got to be the end,
right?
Because in the middle we were fine,
but it
wasn't bad.
It's like taking the $6 million man and then going to order your parts from Wish
or Temu.
Yeah, look, I just see all the mutants have been cooking with seasoning and quiet, and I'll take it.
Yeah,
right.
So, and what's apparently seemed to be the week that Marvel is going to release anything, they were just like, yeah, we got to spread this out because Beyonce is just running shit right now.
Before we jump off X-Men 90, for my collectors out there, I just had a thought, and it's real and I'm ashamed. They've released Bishop, Gambit, Magneto, Cyclops. That was the initial line of 97. Then if you got the subscription box, you can get your hands on Jean and Rogue. I don't subscribe, but I did what I do. I got it.
Look, I wish I had grabbed Storm from our bookstore when I did, because it was only like $30.
So they released Glow in the Dark Storm recently. She's not part of the 97 line. I think they're holding that for Comic-Con. And so my brother in Christ, Navy Monster, when you go, just please, I'm gonna slide you some dollars. Just come back with one for me, please.
Come back with a couple. With a couple.
Yeah. Come back with a few, because when I seen Storm at another store that remains nameless, and they were asking $40. I said, "You a damn lie! You a damn lie!"
Wait a minute. You gatekeeping? What's the name of the store? What's the name of the store?
I'll be honest with you, I can't remember it, because when I seen it, I'm like, "Oh, y'all doing prices like this in here? Y'all tripping."
Run your pockets.
I was just like,
figures are Funko you're getting, Will.
Like I knew it was something. I'm like, oh, I was mad. I'm like, that's
Listen, these are action figures or Funkos that
these are figures. He's talking Funkos.
Okay.
I'm talking about the action figure.
Oh, I've been chasing this Gear 5 for like a month.